Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, respected lecturer and friends. My name is Sayyid Anas Anwar. I am a master student at Civil Engineering Department in Universitas Islam, Indonesia. Today, I will present my topic entitled From Risk to Resilience, Engineering Indonesia's Disaster Ready Future. This presentation summarizes key concepts from our disaster management course and highlights the important role of civil engineers in disaster resilience. As a postgraduate student in civil engineering, I am especially interested in how infrastructure design can reduce disaster risk. Indonesia is highly vulnerable to natural disasters. Therefore, disaster management is not optional for engineers, it is a professional responsibility. Through this presentation, I aim to connect theory from our lectures with real implementation in society. Before discussing the main concept, I would like to introduce an important case study from our lectures. This is the Museum Gempa Professor Sarvidi, located at Kaluram near Mount Merapi. Mugesa functions as a disaster education and mitigation center. It provides evacuation simulations, emergency response training, and interactive exhibitions. This helps communities understand disasters through real experience, not only theory. Mugesa was developed under the leadership of Professor Sarvidi. He introduced innovative models such as Simutaga and Barataga. These models strengthen community preparedness through engineering-based education. This shows how academic research can directly save lives. From this example, we learned that disaster management is not only emergency response. It is a continuous process involving prevention, mitigation, preparedness, and recovery. Modern disaster management focuses on reducing risk before disaster occurs. This approach is called proactive disaster management. Indonesia is located in the Ring of Fire and has a tropical climate. Because of this, we face earthquakes, tsunamis, floods, landslides, and storms. More than 70% of disasters are hydrometeorological. Climate change and urbanization further increases disaster risk. Therefore, Indonesia needs a strong disaster management system. Disaster management in Indonesia is regulated by Law Number 24 of 2007. This law defines disaster and institutional responsibilities. It also established under the BNPB, which is the National Agency for Disaster. This law shifted the approach from reactive response to proactive risk reduction. Disaster risk reduction is based on this formula. Risk is equal to hazard multiplied by vulnerability divided by capacity. Hazard is the national threat, while vulnerability is the weakness of society. Capacity is the ability to respond. To reduce risk, we must reduce vulnerability and increase capacity. Let's talk about disaster prevention. Prevention aims to avoid disasters before they occur. Examples include land use zoning, restricting construction in hazard zones, environmental conservation. Reforestation reduces floods and landslides. GIS and monitoring systems also support prevention planning. Prevention is the most cost-effective approach to disaster management. Mitigation reduces the impact of unavoidable disasters. Structural mitigation includes dams, embankments, and earthquake-resistant buildings. Non-structural mitigation includes regulations, education, and warning systems. Both types must be integrated into development planning. Good mitigation reduces casualties and economic losses. Let's talk about the disaster preparedness. Preparedness is the readiness to respond effectively. It includes emergency planning, evacuation drills, training programs, and logistics preparation. Prepared communities respond faster and with less panic. Preparedness saves time and saves lives. Now let's talk about the early warning system. early warning system provides timely disaster information. They have four pillars. First is risk knowledge, second monitoring, third communication, and fourth response. In Indonesia, Badan Meteorology, Climatology, Dan Geophysica or BMKG plays a major role. Warnings must be clear, trusted and accessible. Now let's discuss about the role of civil engineers in disaster management. Civil engineers play a central role in disaster management. We design safe buildings, resilient roads, and reliable drainage systems. Negligence in design can cause disasters. Engineers must follow ethical and legal standards. We are responsible for public safety. Disaster management requires collaboration. The Pentahelix model includes government, business, community, academia, and media. Engineers must cooperate with all stakeholders. No single institution can manage disasters alone. In conclusion, disaster management is a continuous cycle. It includes prevention, mitigation, preparedness, and early warning. Education, innovation, and collaboration are essential. As future engineers, we must prioritize resilience and sustainability. Our goal is to protect lives and development.